Hold up.
Yo, what's going on, guys? It is Foxy90 here, and welcome back to a brand new F1 2016 career mode video for you guys stay here on my channel. Today we are back with round 11 of my career modes here for the Hungarian Grand Prix. This is season 5 now, and we are driving, of course, for Williams. As you can see from the R&D event, not a lot's really going on, apart from McLaren have made some massive upgrades, and they're very close to actually overtaking us in the vehicle performance comparison chart. But of course, since we're doing really well, and we're not really struggling, well, I wouldn't say that we're really struggling at the moment, we have reduced or not even upgraded the car ever since, but I may look towards maybe a chassis upgrades, maybe not this race, maybe after the German Grand Prix, ready for Belgium, because of course I think it might get to that point, because I definitely am struggling with the chassis on this car. But anyway, if you guys do still enjoy these career mode videos, don't forget to click that like button. It'd be absolutely awesome as I hiccup in the middle of that, maybe. And subscribe if you're new around here as well, of course. And don't forget, guys, the subscribe championship is tomorrow, so be sure to turn up ready for the 6 PM start time. Of course, last time me, Chippy, and Williams and Reese were playing Battlefield until 10 to 6, and I never even set up the lobby. So sorry, but yeah, be sure to turn up there earlier. You guys all came there, and you guys were ready to go, which was awesome, and we had a very good championship race. There's someone called Man Like Cash just followed me on Instagram as looking at that. If you want to follow me on Instagram, I never put my Instagram anywhere. I've never shared it before. It's the same as my gamer tag. If you type in Foxy98, you'll find my Instagram if you're interested. I doubt you are, but someone literally just followed me on Insta right now, and they look really weird. So yeah, moving on from that, we're into the practice programs then for this Grand Prix. Nothing really much going on. So we're getting things all done and dusted. For the next Grand Prix onwards, I'm actually going to be stopping doing the tyre wear test. The reason for that is, of course, as you guys know, I'm winning all these races, obviously. And I want to reduce the practice sessions. And for me, honestly, the tyre wear test is 7 laps, which is basically a 12.5% race. It's half of a 25% race. And to be honest, it just takes too much time in the recording. Like, I just can't be bothered to do a tyre wear test. It just takes too long, especially when you're doing 50% races. So from the German Grand Prix onwards, I'm scrapping the tyre wear test, because I really just can't be bothered to spend time doing 7 laps around the track just to get tyre wear test done. I really can't be bothered. So yeah. Moving things on then into Q1 now for the Hungarian Grand Prix, and honestly, I really struggled in this on this track. Chassis, I don't have a good chassis on this car, and it struggled. You see here, we're into P6, I believe that is, for Q1. Bottas nearly getting knocked out of Q1 with his lap time, so that's kind of embarrassing. But we're just going to have to work through it. Yeah, the tyres, the chassis is not good at all. The straight line speed is there. I probably will stop doing upgrades permanently for the engine and the drag, because it's just so powerful in a straight line. I don't need to bother with that. But the chassis I may really need to look into. But I'm not going to do any upgrades yet, because, you know, until we really are struggling, basically. And in Q2, we managed to hit back. We set a very nice, comfortable lap time here, and we are the fastest. Still felt a little uncomfortable. Still felt there was a bit more to get from the car, so we're going to work on that. And into Q3 we go here. Now we've got Raikkonen, who set the best lap of the session, and we're coming around the final corner now. You can see the understeer there as Hamilton goes and sets the fastest lap. We're going to open up the DRS now, coming across the line. We're actually 6/10 slower than Lewis Hamilton, slower than Button as well, and it's only P8 for us actually in the Hungarian Grand Prix. So unfortunately, we've been exposed. Our weakness is here. It's the chassis, and unfortunately, we just didn't get any pace out of the car, and it's only going to be 8th place on the grid, which is a very poor result. I think that might be my worst qualifying of this season. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one, but I think that's the worst qualifying we've had all season long, which is very upsetting for us. And as you can see here, we get all of our resource points in, and we're going to be ready to skip all of that. And the rivalry with Hamilton, we're now losing it, which is really unfortunate. But guys, that's going to wrap it up for practice and for qualifying. Let's get into the race, which of course is the Hungarian Grand Prix.
Well then, after an exciting qualifying session yesterday, let's take a look at how the cars line up. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Vettel, Alonso, Kimi Raikkonen and Ricciardo, Button and Williams, Bottas and Nico Rosberg, Perez, Grosjean, Carlos Sainz and Hülkenberg, Gutierrez, Magnussen, Jolyon Palmer and Daniel Kvyat, Nasser and Ericsson, Pascal Wehrlein and Rio Haryanto completes the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
Alright then guys, so as you can see we're on the grid here for the Hungarian Grand Prix, and it's actually going to be the exact same thing as the British Grand Prix, apart from we're going to be seeing intermediate conditions throughout the entire race, which is a very interesting note. And that may just help us out in this Grand Prix. I knew it was going to be wet weather, so I have changed the setup a little bit, as I nearly crashed into the back of the Red Bull there off my formation lap. But this is very big. We've got intermediate conditions, and if we want to win this race with our car struggling, this might just be our best bet. So let's see what we can do in this Grand Prix. Starting down in 8th, our lowest qualifying positions, as you can see here. We're on the grid for the Hungarian Grand Prix. We've got 4, now 5 red lights here for the Hungarian Grand Prix, and it's lights out when we go for the Hungarian Grand Prix. And it's actually been a slow start from us in this race. Bottas has got a better start from us from 9th on the grid. Bottas goes, well, he swings to that outside line. But we're going to go for our nice traditional inside line. I'm going to brake nice and late down the inside of all these drivers here. Ricciardo nearly taps the back of us here. And we've gone from 8th, and we're already into 3rd. An electric start past Vettel as we go now. And that is us up into 3rd place in this Grand Prix. And, well, all I can say is, what a start. We've just literally launched ourselves off the line. And it was, again, just like the British Grand Prix, the secondary phase of our start was much stronger than the initial getaway. And it really helped us out. And into the run towards turn 1, we were nice and late on the brakes. We were fair towards the other drivers. And as you can see, they're making our way up towards turn 4 now, or turn 5, can't remember. And you can see that all over the back of Max Verstappen. So already, out of the blocks, we have got a very fast car under our boots here. And into the chicane we go, having a little look on Verstappen, but I'm not that crazy, you know. I know where to do my dive bombs, and that was not the location to do it. And we're going to follow Verstappen through this middle sector now, try and keep in touch with him. And as you can see, we're quicker than him already. So the thing that I really want to do now is get past him, because Hamilton has just gone off into the distance as we lose the back end of the car here into this flicking left and right handers. But we've got some good pace now in this car, and as you can see, coming up towards the final sector now, we're doing very, very well to keep in touch with Max Verstappen. On the brakes nice and late, trying to find a way through here. And as you can see now, we look in a very good position, and down inside into the second to last corner, and we get the job done on Verstappen. He actually moves out of the way to give us the space, and that's the thing that I really hate about the AIs, is they just give you the space when the space shouldn't be there. But we have to take it. We take advantage of all the AI's mistakes, and we're up into 2nd place then after the first lap, with Hamilton leading this Grand Prix by, I believe that says 1.4 seconds ahead of myself and ahead of Max Verstappen. And we've got some yellow flags behind us actually, and Verstappen's out of the race. So that's literally just happened as we've overtaken him. So Verstappen's out of the Hungarian Grand Prix. Let's go find out why. So literally it just happened as we overtook him. So down the, okay, it's just an engine failure. I thought maybe Vettel may have tagged with him, but no, it's an engine failure, and he breaks the Pirelli board there. And that's okay. That was a very strange one. He literally just retired as soon as that happened. On to lap 3 of the Grand Prix now. Hamilton there, as you can see, and we actually set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. So at this moment in time, we are absolutely flying, and that means we've got to get past Lewis Hamilton whilst we've got this pace. Because if we lose, if we've got the pace now and we're closing up to Hamilton, now's the best chance to get him. And onto the lap 4 of the Grand Prix now, and our pursuit of Lewis Hamilton is ongoing. And now we're really starting to pick up the pace on Lewis Hamilton here. And as you can see here, onto the standard fuel mixture, but we are going to change that to rich fuel mixture as we come round the final corner now, getting the final corner absolutely spot on here. Hamilton runs a little bit more wider onto the curb on the exit here, but there's no DRS, of course, so we've got to do this all on straight line speed, slipstream and power. And of course, in the Williams car, down the inside into turn 1, braking nice and early actually for a change. We actually broke really early. I didn't want to lock up the car. I don't want to screw up the braking points. I didn't want to shove Hamilton wide. Also didn't want any contact, and we got the job done very, very easily there, and we're up into the lead of the Hungarian Grand Prix, which we're not too over ecstatic about, because of course we have got the pace in this initial phase of the Grand Prix, but who knows, Hamilton may just come and pull it back later on in the Grand Prix as we lose the back end of the car there very slightly. On to lap 7 of the Grand Prix now. We've got some yellow flags behind us as something's gone wrong in the background, and I'm not sure what, not sure who, but we are going to find out why. And you can see the yellow flags are still continuing, so someone's obviously having a bit of issues. And it's actually my teammate Bottas. You can see he's got a front right puncture, and he's been rammed up the bum by Rosberg there. So Rosberg, we've just got that. This might be an 18+ video now, because Rosberg's just committed car porn right there, up his rear diffuser, and he's just giving it to him. And Rosberg's lost a bit of his front end plate. I'm surprised he hasn't lost his entire front wing with the amount that he came in onto that. On to lap 7 of the Grand Prix now, and we're still continuing onwards. And Grosjean is out of the race now, which is a very big shame for him. And we're going to go find out why here. So Grosjean's actually coming towards here. It's actually my teammate Bottas that might be the problem here. So Grosjean's going for it. Oh my God, he is just... This is literally just car porn at its finest right here. As you can see, let's get on board. And it's actually a safety car we've got here for what happened there. I actually did show a replay on the initial editing of Grosjean from his POV attacking Bottas's rear diffuser. But of course, I'm a very bad editor, so I've obviously not put that in. Safety car's coming in, and luckily we actually managed to stay very close to the safety car here. So we didn't need to back the pack up, which actually meant that we managed to keep an advantage over Hamilton of about 8 tenths or so, which is nice because I like a little bit of a gap over Hamilton, and we can get back racing once again here in this Hungarian Grand Prix. Nice and late into turn 1 we go on the brakes, very well sorted there. But going back to the incident with Bottas and Grosjean, Grosjean went for the outside line, but Bottas was already giving Grosjean the inside line to go and make the overtake. So Grosjean literally just went and just destroyed Bottas's anus. I'm sorry, but Bottas is he's gonna have a sore bum in the morning. Anyway, looking onto Rio Haryanto in the manner that doesn't exist anymore because they financially broke down and like their car basically. As you can see here with an engine failure. Unfortunate there for the manor. Moving on then to lap 17 of the Grand Prix now. We've extended our stint a long time. You can see that our tyres are actually wearing off very, very fast. And Hamilton is very close behind us with Fernando Alonso in the other McLaren Honda. Very close behind. I think Alonso and Vettel pitted under the safety car, so they're going to be going longer, and they've obviously converted to a 2-stop strategy. There they are there. Alonso's going to take the lead of this Grand Prix, so the McLaren with its upgrades are doing a very nice job here. Hamilton makes his way into the pits, but I'm worried here because Hamilton, of course, has made his pit stop very early, same as me, sorry, and there you can see it. I knew it was going to happen. Hamilton was very close behind me, and because he's obviously further closer to get into his box, he's into his box first. It means he's going to get out of his box first, and this game automatically just waits for him to come through. So unfortunately, we've lost the lead to Lewis Hamilton, and that's very disturbing for us. We need to find a way to get back past him because we can't afford to lose out on him. So as you can see here, we're now making our way through towards turn 2 now. I've actually got Raikkonen behind us here. We're going nice and late down the brakes here into turn 2, and Hamilton again gives us the space like Verstappen did. You don't need to give me the space there. I'm going to take it nonetheless, but you just didn't need to do that. And we're back into a net first place now in this Grand Prix. Ricciardo's in front. Hamilton's actually got some good slipstream here, and through we go. However, as you may be able to see, it is lap 35, and nothing else happened. Nope, nothing else happened in this Grand Prix. I might as well. I'll be strict on this bit. We come through and we win the Hungarian Grand Prix. Woohoo. Yeah, nothing else happened. Absolutely nothing. We overtook Hamilton, and I'll put it this way, guys. If this was a dry Grand Prix, if the Grand Prix was taking place in the dry, you would have seen lap after lap after lap after lap after lap of Hamilton just coming back at us with the DRS, and down that pit straight, it would have just been the same thing of me just trying to defend against the Merc. And even Alonso was close in this Grand Prix, but because the wet weather saved us, we had enough straight line speed to defend against them, and they just couldn't overtake in the middle sector where they were close to me. And then on the pit straight, I pulled away, and then they closed back up on me, and they couldn't overtake me again. So that's going to be it, guys, for the Hungarian Grand Prix. An action-packed start to the Grand Prix, and then it just died off afterwards. Literally, I paused the game halfway through. I went and got some headphones and just listened to music. I got that bored in this Grand Prix, and it's really upsetting, of course, that we win this Grand Prix, obviously, but we wanted to fight for it. But fear not, my friends. We have got the German Grand Prix next, and I have recorded that. And we've got some action in that Grand Prix. We've got a lot of action in the German Grand Prix, so stay tuned for that one, which will come out on Wednesday. But into the full classification then, we win the Grand Prix. Bottas finishes down the order, of course, after having that puncture. Safety car would have helped him out a lot in terms of closing back the field, and he actually improved from where he qualified, so that's surprising. And as again, it's just showing, I'm still racing on Ultimate. I'm not, I'm winning these races quite comfortably, but Williams' car just seems to be working well, but the chassis is still a big, big problem. I'm not going to change it for this race for the German Grand Prix. I might change it ready for the Belgian Grand Prix and make one upgrade because it really is a massive problem. In the driver's standings, we still pull away quite comfortably from the Mercedes drivers, and we've got an even bigger lead in the championship. And in the constructor standings, we're still in front thanks to my performances, really. If I didn't have this massive lead, Bottas's performances do need to step up for the next Grand Prix. But guys, that is going to wrap it up for this Grand Prix. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, drop a like on the video. That'd be absolutely awesome. Subscribe if you're new around here as well. And don't forget to get ready for the Subscriber Championship tomorrow. And I'm going to need to schedule my Q&A for a day or so. I don't think I can get it out tomorrow, so I'm going to have to delay it even more. And I'm going to try and get my Q&A out for next Tuesday. If I can't, then ripperoni me. I'm trying to sort it out. I've got a lot of stuff going on right now, and I'll try and get it sorted. But thanks ever so much for watching, guys. Take care all. Peace.